Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hawaii Street Challenge. This is where we street shooters here in Honolulu, Hawaii gather up and we go out for about 90 minutes or so and go out and shoot. I get all the footage and photos and compile it all together and showcase it to you guys here on my YouTube channel. But this episode I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm adding a little bit of mama's cooking here, and for this episode and moving forward, we're gonna have a guest judge to judge the episode and the photos. So in this particular episode, we have my very good friend over in the UK, Wiltshire, UK, John Harper. But before we get to know him a little bit, I gotta mention, please hit the subscribe button, and you know that bell right next to the subscribe button, hit that, and every time I upload a new video or new content, you'll be notified. And also I have a link or affiliation with Lensrental, so if you want to rent a new camera, new lenses, hit the Lensrental link in my description box. Then on your checkout, use promo code THStreet15 for 15% off on your checkout. And just to wrap it all up, we're gonna shoot here, right here in downtown for the challenge, and it's about a 3-mile radius from Bishop Street all the way down to River Street and all the way down and around to Nimitz and King Street. So it's about a 3-mile radius, more or less. Before we hear a word from John, let's take a look at some of his best photos.
Now it's showing its ugly face. What can I
Thanks very much, Tim. Well, I'm here because Joel Mayowicz couldn't make it. Is he still coming? No. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's a bit rude. Okay. He can't make it, so I'm afraid you're going to have to put up with me. I'm a street photographer based in the UK. Originally, I was a wedding, portrait, family shoot type of photographer. And I got interested in street about 7 years ago, and all that other photography's gone by the wayside now because I'm obsessed with street photography, the challenge of it, organizing that chaos that's in the streets to try and frame it and make some sense of it and hopefully tell some kind of a story. So Tim has asked me to judge a challenge that took place in Honolulu with the Hawaiian Street Collective, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the results. There's been a lot of excuses from Tim in particular, who said he was having an off day, a bad day. Well, we all have those. Let's have a look and see what these guys got up to. Okay, let's have a look at this video. No, you're okay actually for makeup and hair. Look, you've seen Tim. He doesn't care, does he? He's not bothered. I'm fine. I'm really excited to look at this challenge with the HNL Street Collective. Which I can see our first guy up is Lance, and he's wearing a they've even got their own t-shirts. I mean, that, well, wow. We all want one of those t-shirts. So here we've got Lance walking along the, looks like a downtown area. I think it's supposed to be Chinatown, I think, wasn't it? But, and he's obviously here, you can see he's found a tree with some nice light, some shadow, and he's adopting the philosophy, let's say, of Sam Abel. And Sam Abel's a fantastic photographer, look him up if you don't know him. But his philosophy was, well, his father actually told him when he was starting out to compose or frame is shot and wait, and something will come along and something will happen or something will change. And it's great. I mean, if you've got the patience to do it, you know, it works. I mean, personally, 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I'm moving on. But Lance is persevering, and he's got a guy walking into the scene, and yeah, and he got a great shot there. And you know, a little bit of luck with the pigeon, but you know, we make our own luck. I mean, if he wasn't there, it wouldn't have happened. But we've got the guy walking along, we've got the shadow of the tree, we've got the shadow of this guy, and it looks like the shadow is looking up at the pigeon. And that's really good. Excellent. And this is a good start. And I need better next shot from Lance. Let's pause that one as well. I'm not going to talk about every photo because that would be crazy. But you know, some need mentioning, and it also covers my own view of street photography. So, you know, I like to see something going on in a photograph. There's got to be a narrative or a story or something going on, or in this case, something to question the viewer. And we've got 2 tables on wheels. I mean, this scene could be in a hospital, okay? It's out in the street. We don't know what's in that bag. I mean, it could be anything. I mean, the guy on the right, the frame next to the lady, looks like he's just lost someone or he's bereaved. The guy looks like he's some sort of mortician with his mask and his cloth over his head. So, you know, I mean, yeah, obviously I'm making all this up, but the viewer has to decide, and that's really a good quality in any photograph, street or otherwise. Excellent. It's really good, Lance. Very good. And a visual joke, fork in the road. He's done well. So next up we've got consilliophotog. So consillio, I think I've seen before. Okay, and then we've got a guy looking straight into the camera with his bag and his face all covered up with his mask and sunglasses, and you know, it's fine. You know, I don't mind if I see photos of somebody looking into the camera or looking at the photographer or down the lens. And there are those obviously that are really, really against it because they say you're disturbing a scene or disturbing a candid scene, and all street photography should be candid. And you know, I get that, but I think sometimes it makes a photo if someone's looking at the camera. So another guy, you get another guy with a mask on, and well, they've all got masks on, and everybody's got them on, and sunglasses on his bike, and there he is looking straight down at the lens. Yeah. Okay, we're outside Tim's favourite shop, looks like. He's got a mannequin in there, and we know he likes the form of a magnet mannequin. And I don't know what that was walking past you. I don't know whether that was a bloke or a guy or a woman. High heels, could be anybody. Looks like a character. So again, looks like we're adopting the Sam Abel approach of frame it and wait. And there's our guy walking in the scene with the signage. It's nice. And that is good with the mannequin and the guy with his gut hanging out. And the next one I like very much, which is, it looks like a sort of a homeless, vulnerable person sat outside of a shop. And, you know, I'm fine with, you know, they're part of the street, the homeless and the vulnerable. And I'm absolutely fine with it as long as it's done in a subtle way, because otherwise they're just easy targets. And I've spoken to some charities that work with vulnerable and homeless people, and I can remember them both saying to me that it was infuriating that photographers would take a photo of someone lying in their own vomit or whatever they might be doing in the street, post it onto Facebook so they can get some likes, which has got its own moral dilemma as far as I'm concerned. Only for one of the relatives to recognise that person who they thought was working away from home. Could be their father, their brother, mother, sister, and it's a shock to them, and it's a lot of fallout with it. And so personally, I avoid it, but I do sometimes get them in photos if they're in a scene. Or in this case, I mean, it's very subtly done. You can't see this guy's face. That's a really nice photo, actually, the more I look at it. Right, I've got to move on because I wasn't going to talk about every photo, so, and I'll only end up contradicting myself all the way through. Because one minute I say I don't like this, but then I'll like something, you know. So yeah, we've got some people walking through this building with the graffiti and signs about drugs. And then we've got another nice shot there with this brick wall. I like the texture. I like the girl's stance. I like him holding up his phone. I like the shadows. Yeah, that's a nice shot. And the next one with a gesture as well. Something we need to be looking for with street photography. I'm just going to pause it there before we get on TH Street, whoever he is. Yeah, we need to see some gestures or an expression or some layers, you know, some foreground, middle ground, background. You know, we need something going on in the photo. Otherwise, it literally is just photos of people walking along the street. And we see this all the time on social media. If you look on Instagram, people say street photography, and it's not street photography, I don't think. Just somebody walking along, because it's just a photo of somebody walking along. So let's move on to this TH Street guy. He's looking around. It really is quiet. I must say that you guys picked obviously a time of day. It looks like it's the evening to me. That was really not very many people around, and we need people for street photography. That was a pigeon. You know, we need something going on, because you're not giving yourself much options. Any options if you haven't got lots going on. He's got a guy walking along here. And I was just saying about vulnerable homeless people, but this is fine. And there you are. That's a nice shot, Tim. You know, you got the pigeon and the rubbish or trash bin in the foreground. You've got the guy walking through the light, and it's nice light. And on the right hand side, I like as well, we've included the shadow of, I don't know what that is. I don't know whether that's Tim or someone else, but I like that. And it's just a good frame. It's well proportioned. Good job. Okay, let's move on. Really is. I mean, personally, I always try to aim out. I probably aim to go out. Usually, if I go into the city, it's going to be lunchtime, because I know there's going to be a lot of people around. You know, that's a good shot there that we've got now. So Tim's taken a couple there of people in cafes through the window. I mean, obviously, we've all done that. But I like that because I like the woman there with a fork poised, her tongue slightly out, and this guy, he's got his hand to his mouth, which I'm sure I read somewhere it was a gesture of defence or being not happy. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just made that up. I don't know. But that's a good photo, Tim.
For lunch, so I'm going to eat a burger right now from Daly's. And
Honolulu, Chinatown. Okay, Tim looks like he's found something to eat. Normally when I look on his YouTube channel, he's eating something. In fact, some of his street photography videos that he's put on, the majority of the time he's in a restaurant eating, not taking any photos. The police over there. Police, you know, you see police cars, sometimes it's a good idea to have a look, see what's going on. Might get something interesting, but you might get arrested. Because I don't think they really always appreciate somebody sticking a camera into the crime scene. So yeah, not a soul in Chinatown. It's really quiet. It's great to watch, and I love watching these POVs because it shows how difficult it is for all of us. We're all doing the same thing. We're out doing street photography most of the time. There's not a lot going on. It's what makes it so hard, so challenging. Oh, we've got some pigeons. Yeah. Okay. And then Tim's got to finish it up, looks like, with some photos of the other shots he got on that session. Woman with the lead. It's nice. Okay, and we've gone on to Renaissanceman. Again, I think I've seen his work before. Don't know whether it's on Instagram maybe, or Tim's maybe posted a video or an interview with him on YouTube. Well, he's fallen over. Oh dear, no, there's a guy coming on doing a wheelie on a bike, and another one in the background doing a wheelie on a bike. They've gone the other way. Oh, it's a shame, we could have done them coming past. Always the way, isn't it? So we're going across the road, see if we can get something. And he might have missed the boat there slightly, but he's got the back of them going up down through the street. That's good. Okay, so we're walking along again with still hardly anybody. Get into bar 35 for an hour or two, have a few drinks, come out, it'll all look different,
Many people out here, so
and it'll all look better. I decided not to go in there. I would have been in there like a flash. Okay, okay, I can see. So it looks like he's gone up into a car park, or a multi-storey car park, because, and he's using his brain here because there's really obviously not much going on. And he's thinking, well, I'll try this. And that's another great thing with street photography. It makes us think about what we're doing, how we're doing it, different perspectives. Yeah, that's good. I like the guy there with the elite t-shirt with those buildings. Yeah, this is a good series of photos. Very good. A guy on a bike. No mask, got a beard though. That counts. Think having a beard stops coronavirus coming through, maybe. Some people there walking along. Yeah. Guy with a truck. Couple of girls crossing the road. Guy sat down, quite like that one actually. Guy sat down there. And again, he's got a cafe, actually looks like the same place. Chinatown, Honolulu. And again, we've got a couple in there, guy's eating, and she's got her napkin to her mouth. And yeah, it's a nice photo. I like the next one, actually, I do like, which is this guy stood outside the doorway with his hands crossed, and the cat. That's a really nice photo. So I think what we've done there with Renaissanceman actually is he's created a series of photos documenting that particular session on the street, and he's done really, really well, because it's not always, I don't think, again, you know, this is from my point of view, subjective, but you know, it can't always be about the glory shot. You know, because you're going to get really disappointed with street photography if all you're doing is thinking, I've got to get this one shot. You know, it's about, and I like to see a series of photos that tell a story, or there's a narrative going on, and we can see the session that Renaissanceman had, and I appreciate it. I think it's good. So we're on to Ian next, and Ian's down there as well. And there's a few. I'm going to say there's a few more people. And we've got this little girl down here playing. See, they're great kids, aren't they? But you know, again, nowadays you're under suspicion as soon as you pick a camera up. Whereas in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, lots of the great photos that you saw, and we still see, are of kids playing in the street. They're part of the street, same as homeless people are, or vulnerable people. They're all part and parcel of the street life. So, why not take a photo of them? It's fine. Again, as long as you're subtle. So Ian's knocking some steps up. If you want to get fit and walk a few miles, take up street photography. Is that guy just taking that parcel out of the UPS truck? No. Maybe not. Okay, so now we've got truck with the letter boxes, mail boxes. We were back with Ian, and we've got to this UPS truck with the mail boxes and or letter boxes, as we would say here in England. And here comes the driver. Yeah, got him. So we're gonna see, yeah, so that guy there walking along, I might have taken that photo with him in the background as a silhouette, but that's still a great shot. Very nice, Ian. And so we've got a guy on a bike, guy walking down, looking at the camera, or looking at dog on a lead. Another guy looking straight into the lens with a skateboard. That's nice for the lady with the stick. There's that brick wall again. And the guy sort of wearing a mask. I don't know sure what he's doing there. Okay. Right, okay, that's a good shot. Okay, so we've got now a shot with, again, it's two vulnerable people, homeless people, but it's subtle because we can't see their faces, so no one's going to really recognise them just from that, I wouldn't have thought. And he's done a great job here because he's framed it nicely. We've got, we could have just had a picture of just those two sat on the bench, but instead we've got some gestures because he's there messing around with her sandal. He's got a cigarette in his mouth, and that's repeated over on the left hand of the frame with this guy walking through, also with a cigarette in his mouth. So I like that. That's a very, very good shot. Yeah, excellent. Let's move on. We've got a lady watering a tree in the street, and we've gone on to our next photographer, Philippe. Bonjour, Philippe. And so he's walking through what appears to be empty streets yet again. There's a guy there coming out the doorway. I don't know if he took a photo of him or not while he was thinking about it. Yeah. Maybe he changed his mind. So there really isn't a lot for me to say about what's going on here, apart from there isn't much going on. It's really hard, and I admire all these guys that have taken up this challenge in Hawaii, because we all know it's really, really difficult to get work on demand. You know, often you're going to walk around for an hour or two in the street and the city and come back with absolutely nothing. So I'm impressed so far that the photographers have all come back with something. And you know, looking at the conditions of it, right, hang on, Philippe's running now. He's either running towards something or he's running away from someone. Could be Tim with that mannequin of his. I bet a lot of people run away from it. So he's chasing, he's after this guy, looks like with a shirt on. Okay. Yeah, stop there and have a look round. Pretend you're looking at something else while he carries it on his way. Okay. Well, that's an interesting walk he's got going on there. And we're going to find out what we can see here. Where's that Steve? Okay, great. So he's got, and I actually saw this just previously. I saw that lady walking along with that, I think it was a red umbrella, and I liked her against the wall with, you know, that would have framed up nicely. But he's taken this shot and it's great, you know, and we can see now why he got Philippe's attention. Why is he walking around like that? I'm going to try that, see how it goes. I'm like a Greek god, you know, I'm going to look great, aren't I? You know. Right, so yeah, no, great. That's a really good shot, Philippe. Like it. Très bien. So let's have a look. Looks like we're going to get. There's another nice one from Philippe again with that. He's got a couple just sat down. I just like the expression. I like his expression, like looking at his phone, but I like her eyes closed. That's great. Like that a lot. It's very nice. And a girl going past the building on her bike. Somebody walking along, tall with the palm trees. A shadow selfie. And so there we've got two people walking through. And that, yeah, no. Okay, so I'm going to stop on this really tall guy. See, I mean, if we're going to take pictures of people just walking along, just copy, you know, and you want to know how to do it, copy this, because that's how to do it. You know, Philippe's got down low. We've got a great perspective looking up. We've got that building in the background, and we've got expressions. This girl looking at our friend here, the tall guy, and that is a tremendous photo. Very, very good. I like it. And he's looking at the lens, by the way. See, so what? We've got a guy coming towards us, some cans towards us, some more pigeons. Why he's full of pigeons? And some more. And so some people walking past a sign or a photo of a guy looking. I'm trying to see what was going on there, and you know, again, he's produced a really, really good series of photos. That one with the couple walking along was really top class. So on to leica.vision. Let's see what leica.vision can do. And I found it looks like it's evening, 5:30, 5 o'clock-ish, maybe 6 o'clock-ish, because you can see, I think, I'm probably completely wrong, it's in the morning or whatever, but just by the looks of it, it's got that feel of that time between people finishing work and then people coming back out again for the evening. There's that UPS truck again over there. Yeah, it's just got that feel to it. And we've got some, more pigeons. And we're walking towards this building, which looks interesting. I don't know if he's going to try and get something there. Maybe he was trying, I don't know whether he was getting his exposure or taking a photo of them, we'll never know. But it's so typical of street photography. As I said earlier, it's just, often there's not much happening. Actually, even when there's lots and lots of people, it's a struggle to sometimes, if you're not in that mood and you're not feeling it or you're not seeing it, it can be quite hard work. And as I said, I admire these guys for going out and actually doing it. I might set myself a challenge next time I go into a city, Bath, either city or Bristol. Is she coming down here? No, she's turned around and gone the other way because there's a man with a camera. What's he doing with that camera? Why is he taking photos? Actually, if you ever get stopped and asked by somebody, it's really tricky to explain what you're doing, because unless you're into street photography, people just don't understand. I would have taken that shot back there, that guy walking past, but it would have been pointless. That would have been one of those just walking along. She looks interesting, doesn't she? Fantastic. Leica.vision nailed it there with that shot. We got some fantastic light. The colours are wonderful, and we've got this superb expression on this lady walking along, yawning. She's tired of life, tired of having a photo taken, maybe, who knows. But it's really, 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 really good shot. I like that. Let's move on a bit more. And some more pictures of people on the street walking along. Sort of a mural, that's good. Guy's scratching his head with a Sudoku puzzle and his pen. I like that with the gesture. That was nice. Oh yeah, and there's our friend again, showing his ass. I don't know what he was thinking, why he was doing that, but each to their own. But hard to resist, I'm sure, taking a photo of him. So, and we've ended. So on with Matt Mallams. Matt, I think I've seen something from Tim with Matt, and we've got, he's looking at reflections, and we've got quite a nice one there actually with Matt taking a photo with this guy coming past with a mask. It's good to look for reflections. If you can get someone passing at the same time, it's good news. That's a nice scene outside Long's Drugs. People on the benches. Actually quite a few people, because we haven't seen that many, and a few pigeons. And Matt's got abstract by the looks. He's got the palm tree there, and he's obviously been following Tim, or Tim's been there because there's some food left on the floor. Yeah, so he's probably, I don't know, maybe, I don't know how Matt, what he feels normally, but if you're not seeing anything, there's not much going on, you may as well be just taking any scene or anything you can find, and he's done that. We've got a guy sitting in a restaurant having his dinner, and some eyes, two faces looking at you. More eyes. Don't cry in public. I try not to. Sometimes when I'm having a bad session with street photography, I can feel myself choking up. Okay, some people there walking along, again, through that light. And he's got a guy walking through with a tree and some light. And I can't make my mind up which one I like out of those two. I think I like the second one, just as he's going past the tree. Compositionally, I think it's better. Again, it's subjective. We've got a little bit of a shadow of his heart. Yeah, nice, good work, Matt. Back to reflections. Must have been a tough session. And see there, we've got some people with gestures, which, you know, we've already spoken about, you know, gestures, we need gestures or something. Other than people just walking along. Some more photos of signs. Okay, we've got a guy just stopped there going across what we would call in England a zebra crossing. I don't know what you'd call it in Hawaii. Probably a zebra crossing. So we've got black and white stripes basically, and we've got black and white on the t-shirt. There's a guy walks through, which is well seen, Matt. It's nice. And I like it with him in the light. The next shot. But I wonder, I don't know if it's in colour. I mean, you left it in colour maybe. I just wonder what it looked like in black and white. But I like I think the first one in the middle and the second one with the guy it's tonight, although I like that last one as well. I like them all. It's good. Good work. Again, we've got a guy sat on the beach, on a bench, right? Not on the beach. I haven't seen the beach. Yeah. So we got, you know, a guy there sat there with a yellow on his t-shirt and yellow on the sign, bit of recurring theme of colour. We've got, looks like guys from the collective stood there with their cameras, waiting to go for it. An eye looking right at us. Hello, beautiful. And that wall again, on the texture. Anytime. Okay, again, somebody walking through the light and shadow. And, oh, okay, so he's, we're going to get some street portraiture, which is something I don't do very often actually, and yet I spend a long time when I'm out talking to people, but not necessarily from a photography point of view. I just like chatting, finding out. You get a lot of information from someone within about 2 minutes. Some of them tell you their life story, but yeah, you know, and I don't bother normally to take photos. I have done it in the past, but that's good. He's sizing up. Looks like he wants to hit him. No, he doesn't. No, he's all right. He's got a gentle face. So yeah, and there he is smiling away. Yeah, nice. I like those portraits. And there with the same guy, I'm guessing, with the pigeons. Yeah, feeding them, I suspect. Yeah, that's good. Excellent. And oh yeah, see that's great. Now, yeah, there we are with the guy. I mean, he's cropped it, so we've got his hand and he's cropped his eyes out. So I like that whole composition with that hand in the left-hand corner of the frame. And he's obviously holding up a photo or a print that Matt's given him. Very good, excellent. Well thought out. Super. Great job, Matt.
Several days later.
And I've got a glass of wine because that always helps in all decision making. And this is a tough decision, and I've really struggled. I mean, it sounds silly. You know, Tim's asked me to do this, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity, but it's been, you know, I haven't lost any sleep over it, but I'll be close. But anyway, it is really difficult, and all of the participants did so well under the circumstances. As we saw from the video, it was really quiet. there wasn't a lot going on, and yet they all managed to produce something. And they have my admiration for that. So, I'm going to announce the winner now, and I've already spoken about various photos throughout the video which I thought were particularly good or stand out. I may have missed some, but the ones I saw and I spoke about, obviously I thought were really great. But I've got two that I can't make my mind up over, and it's gonna be, drum roll please. Finished? You're putting the sound effects in, man, come on. So drum roll please. So the winner, so it's joint, is Lance, with his people gathered around that operating table, which I thought was a really interesting shot. You know, that kept me looking for quite a while actually, because I looked through the video again afterwards at that photo. It's brilliant. And my other one was Philippe with his tall guy in front of that building with his girlfriend looking at him looking down at the camera. The perspective, really top class work, both Lance and Philippe, and actually top class work everybody who was involved. I'm really impressed. So Tim, thanks very much for asking me to have a look, and I really enjoyed it. Cheers, speak to you soon.